On July 6, 2020, I was kidnapped by a man in a clown mask. For 403 days, I endured unimaginable torment, even forced to bear his child. Bones in the walls, a severed hand in a lunchbox, a suspicious car accident, a hidden past. Who was he? And why did he want to destroy me? He came. Again. And again. As I carved the 12th tally mark into the floorboards with my nail, the familiar footsteps sent shivers down my spine. I curled up, a terrified animal. Escape was impossible. The single window was barred. I tried to shake it loose, but it was no use. The door opened. He walked in, wearing the horrifying clown mask. Chalk-white face, blood-red grin, bulbous nose. I retreated until my back hit the cold wall. He advanced, an unyielding glacier. I lunged at him, a desperate, futile act. He dodged easily, seizing my throat. The world spun, and I landed hard on the bed. I was raped. Again. Each time, I fought. Each time, I lost. As a child, I'd seen a dog hung from a tree, its flesh sliced away piece by piece until it bled out. Now, I was that dog. Misfortune doesn't offer warnings. Months earlier, I was skipping toward a date with my fiancé, Julian Nova, when a hand yanked me into an alley. My last glimpse was of Julian's warm smile, waiting for me in the cafe. He would wait in vain. I had encountered a monster. A man who made me a slave, shattering my life just as I was about to marry the man I loved. In my prison, a television played the same missing person report every night at 8 p.m. Winter solstice, female, 27, 5 feet 4 inches, 105 pounds, fair skin, long dark hair, oval face, large eyes. Missing since July 6, 2020. Last seen wearing a white dress and white heels. Please contact Freya Faulkner with any information. Reward offered. Freya, my mother. She must be frantic. I had to escape. I studied the surroundings through the barred window. The house was in a small courtyard, surrounded by a gray wall. A large banyan tree grew outside, its branches reaching over the wall. The location was secluded but not isolated. I occasionally heard footsteps outside. But I couldn't scream. He'd injected me with something that stole my voice. On day 45, a boy of about 10 climbed the banyan tree, trying to retrieve a kite. The first outsider I'd seen. I rushed to the window, rattling the bars. He stared, probably thinking I was insane. Unable to speak, I gestured wildly. He didn't understand, just stared with a runny nose. I bit my finger, writing on the sheet in blood, "I've been kidnapped. Call the police." He stared, then slid down the tree and left. "Please understand," I prayed. For days, I listened for sirens. Instead, I received a hand. A boy's right hand, wrapped in a jacket inside my lunchbox. The boy's jacket. He'd been murdered. Because of me. I raged at my captor, only to be knocked unconscious. Later, I awoke to the sound of hammering. He was boarding up the window, sealing every crack. Sealing me in a coffin. My world went dark. But he stopped the injections. With the window sealed, there was no need to silence me. Who are you? Why are you doing this? Did I wrong you somehow? I'll apologize. Just let me go. My mother must be going crazy. I'm her only daughter. I won't tell anyone. I promise. Just let me go. Say something. Tell me who you are. I cursed him, hit him, begged him, knelt before him. He ignored me. He never spoke, never removed the mask. Young, strong, ruthless, sadistic. That was all I knew. He would never let me go. I had to save myself. On day 96, I arranged the blankets to look like I was asleep, then hid by the door. When he entered, I bolted. He reacted instantly. I almost made it, but he caught me, yanking me back by my hair. I swung, stabbing at his eyes with a sharpened toothbrush, my painstakingly crafted weapon. He blocked it, tearing his sleeve and scratching his arm. Enraged, he crushed the toothbrush and dragged me to the bed. His bloody hand ripped off my nightgown. My defiance had a brutal price. He replaced my toothbrush with a fingertip brush, the kind used in prisons. And I was a prisoner. The missing person report stopped airing. Had my mother given up? Or had something happened to her? The thought tormented me. I had to escape. I pried a nail loose from the floorboards, planning to dig my way out. I chose the wall behind the bed, hidden and unlikely to be discovered. I moved the bed each day, painstakingly removing dirt and flushing it down the toilet. One day, I hit something hard. A bone. A small, white foot bone. A woman's. Terror choked me. He was a repeat offender. I wasn't the first, and I wouldn't be the last. This bone was just one piece of a much larger horror. My fate, to be buried here, to rot, to become another skeleton in the wall. He walked in, bricking up the hole, confiscating my nail. I didn't beg. It was useless. The bone shattered my hope. Then came the final blow. I was pregnant. With his child. An abomination. A creature who would inherit his genes, his eyes, his heart. A tragedy waiting to unfold. The thought of it growing inside me made me sick. I refused to eat. I wanted to die. On the 5th day, I hallucinated. I saw myself in a wedding gown, standing next to Julian. His smile was warm, like sunshine. I reached for him, but his face dissolved into the clown mask. He held a picture of Julian and me. "Give it to me," I whispered. He turned it over, revealing 2 lines of writing. "Perhaps you wouldn't mind company in your grave." He was threatening Julian's life. My mind exploded. But I couldn't die. I had to piece myself back together. For 103 days. I'd counted every one. The floorboards were covered in tally marks, each one etched with my blood and tears. I thought I would die there. But he let me go. On the 403rd night, he blindfolded me and drove me away. He kicked me out of the car. The impact triggered labor. A passerby found me and took me to the hospital. "Doctor, please. Get rid of it. It's a monster." I begged. "Miss, I don't know what you've been through, but the baby is innocent," said Dr. Alistair Bell. "And it's too late." I was in labor. The child, the devil's child. He was born. "It's a boy." "Beautiful," Alistair said, holding the infant. "He looks just like you. Get away from me." I turned my face, filled with loathing. "Throw him away. Give him away. Just don't let me see him." Alistair stared, shocked. I must have seemed insane. And I was insane. No one could endure what I had and remain sane. "Give him to me," I said. He looked relieved. "You've changed your mind?" He handed me the baby. I didn't look. I squeezed his throat. I poured all my hatred, all my rage, into that tiny body. Alistair stopped me, slapping me across the face. "You don't deserve to be a mother." I borrowed a phone, calling my mother. Her phone was off. I wanted to call Julian, but I couldn't. Kidnapped, pregnant with another man's child. How could I face him? I called my best friend, Juniper Wren. She arrived quickly, telling me that my mother, distraught over my disappearance, had been killed in a hit-and-run. The driver had never been caught. That's why the missing person report had stopped. I didn't cry. I had no tears left. "Is Julian okay?" I asked, my voice trembling. Juniper hesitated. He's married." "What?" To me, she whispered, looking down. "We thought you were gone." "Winter, I'm so sorry." I noticed her swollen belly. She was pregnant. With Julian's child. 2 devastating blows. My mother was dead. My fiancé had married my best friend. Maybe I shouldn't have left that house. At least there, I'd had hope. Juniper left a bag of money, 10 stacks of $100 bills. How generous. When no one was looking, I climbed to the hospital roof. For 403 days, I'd yearned for freedom. Now, I just wanted to die. Alistair stopped me. "Don't do this. Think of your child. What will happen to him?" The child. The last thing I wanted to think about. I laughed, a hollow, broken sound. Then I told him everything. He listened, stunned. The hospital room became another prison. Alistair, fearing I'd try again, had me watched constantly. He visited often, offering empty platitudes. I felt guilty, seeing him so worried, and promised I wouldn't try to hurt myself again. But I refused to feed the baby, even as he cried with hunger. Alistair brought formula, having the nurses feed him. One day, I finally looked at him. He slept soundly, long lashes fringing his delicate face. A wave of emotion washed over me. I reached out to touch his petal-soft skin. His eyes snapped open. He smiled, a chilling, knowing smile. His dark, fathomless eyes stared into my soul, awakening the terror. I saw a shadowy figure lurking in his pupils. I recoiled as if electrocuted. This was the devil's child. I clutched my head, screaming. Alistair rushed in, horrified by my breakdown. He finally stopped pushing me to accept the child, promising to find him a good home. Juniper didn't visit again, perhaps out of guilt, perhaps to avoid upsetting me. Our friendship was over. Julian didn't come either. Perhaps for the same reasons as Juniper, or perhaps he simply wanted to sever all ties. After all, Juniper carried his child. Alistair drove me home. The house was empty, dusty, filled with my missing person posters. Juniper had told me my mother had been hit while distributing them. My disappearance had broken her. She would never have stopped searching. Alistair hired a cleaner. He went to the supermarket, stocking the house with food, toiletries, even diapers and formula. Such a thoughtful man. Do you care for all your patients this much? I asked. No. Why am I an exception? He sighed. My sister disappeared years ago. My parents and I searched for years, but we never found her. Seeing you, I thought of her. He showed me a picture of a girl with a sparkly butterfly clip in her hair, her smile bright and innocent. This is my sister, May. She was 13 when she disappeared. You must have loved her very much. I did. It's a shame our time together was so short. I wonder where she is, how she's doing. His voice was filled with sadness. Now I understood his kindness. I felt a pang of sympathy. He cooked me dinner, chicken soup. I ate, my thoughts swirling. I'm serious about giving the baby away, I reminded him. I know. I'm working on it. It takes time to find the right family. He glanced at me. He's your son, Winter. He's a part of you. My appetite vanished. I couldn't sleep. Just before dawn, I woke with a jolt, a sense of dread gripping me. He stood over the crib, watching the baby. I screamed, scrambling out of bed. He punched me, and the world went black. I woke to Alistair kneeling beside me, his arm bleeding. He was here. He came. I cried. I saw him. We fought, Alistair said, stroking my hair. He's gone now. Don't be afraid. I trembled, trying to calm down. Why had he let me go? Now, I thought I knew. The baby. He treated me better after I became pregnant, ensuring I ate well. He'd even left me near the hospital. He cared about the child, which meant he could come back at any time. You can't stay here, Alistair said. I have a house in West City. Move there with the baby. I don't want to impose. It's empty, he smiled. Stay as long as you need. When he's caught, you can come back. I agreed. I was terrified of staying here. We moved, Alistair taking a circuitous route to avoid being followed. We went to the police. I could offer little information. Only the scar on his left arm, a scratch from my toothbrush. He'll be caught, Alistair assured me. Justice will be served. The baby was sick, crying inconsolably, his face red, his voice hoarse. I still felt nothing for him. I was keeping him alive, that was enough. But seeing him suffer, I called Alistair. I relied on him now, turning to him for everything. He arranged for a pediatrician. The baby had a fever. We went to the hospital for N4. In the hallway, I ran into Juniper and Julian. He was with her for a prenatal checkup. Seeing him felt surreal. If not for the kidnapping, I would be the one by his side, carrying our child. He walked over, his expression a mixture of emotions. I was devastated when you disappeared. I drink every day. One night, I was drunk. I made a mistake. She got pregnant. I had to take responsibility. Winter, I'm so sorry. I smiled. I thought I'd never come back. I don't blame you. I wish you happiness. The words felt like shards of glass in my throat. Tell Juniper I'll return the money, I added. Don't worry about it, he mumbled. I walked away. Every second near him was agony. That night, Alistair visited. He was Juniper's doctor, too. Juniper's your friend? He asked, surprised. And her husband, your ex-fiancé? They're heartless. It's not their fault. It's just fate. Alistair looked at me, his expression thoughtful. She's 8 months pregnant. I froze. I'd been gone a little over a year. 8 months pregnant. Julian had slept with her soon after I disappeared. Was love that fragile? A few months and he'd forgotten our promises? Winter, Alistair said, his gaze intense. Have you ever wondered why you were kidnapped right before your wedding? What do you mean? It's suspicious. She gets together with your fiancé, gets married, gets pregnant. Doesn't it seem a little too convenient? Are you saying Juniper orchestrated this? That she conspired with that monster? I shook my head. No, she wouldn't do that. Her father is a crooked contractor. He'd do anything for money. Remember the Dingqing Bridge collapse? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Stop it. I trust Juniper. We grew up together. She wouldn't betray me like that. He smiled. I hope I'm wrong. Anyway, forget about it. What do you want to eat? I'll make you something. I'm not hungry. His words had ruined my appetite. But when he presented a strawberry cake, my favorite, I couldn't help but smile. Enjoy, he said, his eyes gleaming. I'll make it for you anytime. After a few days of 4 treatments, the baby's fever subsided. He stopped crying, and my mood lifted slightly. Looking at him, I almost felt pity. He deserved a better life, a better mother. Then I received a strange call. I'm from a private investigation agency. Your mother hired us before she passed away. We heard you're back. Are you interested in the results of her investigation? My mother? Hiring a PI? What was she investigating? A woman named Juniper Wren. I was stunned. Why? We don't know. The results are here. Come and get them, and pay the remaining balance. How much? $2,000. My mother was frugal. She wouldn't spend that much unless it was important. I went to the agency, paid the $2,000, and received a file on Juniper. The contents were shocking. She'd been in love with Julian for a long time, pursuing him relentlessly, even when we were engaged. I thought back to Juniper's behavior. She'd seemed genuinely happy for us. What a performance. And Julian, why hadn't he told me? He'd said he'd been drunk, made a mistake, and then felt obligated to marry her after she got pregnant. It sounded like a cliché from a bad novel. Had he been played too? The file also contained photos taken after my disappearance, mostly of Juniper and Julian, occasionally with others. One face made me pause. Sean Warden, another childhood classmate. Violent, a bully. He'd tormented everyone except Juniper. Once, when a dog scared her, he'd hung it from a tree and tortured it to death. He'd earned the nickname, the Grim Reaper. He'd always been Juniper's devoted follower. One winter, she dared him to jump into a frozen river, and he did, without hesitation. He would do anything for her, maybe even kidnap someone. Alistair, I believe you now, I said, shivering. It was a conspiracy. Juniper wanted Julian, so she had me kidnapped. Sean, it was him. He's always obeyed Juniper. And he's the right build. I'm sure of it. Alistair poured me a glass of water. Winter, calm down. Lots of people have similar builds. That's not enough. Then what do we do? I was frantic. You said he has a scar on his left arm. If it's Sean, he'll have it. Sean drove a taxi. He ate lunch every day at a restaurant called Spicy Tofu. Alistair bribed a waiter to spill something on Sean's arm. When Sean rolled up his sleeve, the waiter saw the scar. It was Sean. He'd imprisoned and tortured me for 403 days. I collapsed onto the sofa, speechless. There's something else, Alistair said. Your mother's accident. Are you sure it was an accident? Maybe they were afraid of her investigation. You think they killed her? I stammered. I have a way to find out. Hello, Juniper? Speaking. Who is this? Do you remember the car accident in mid-September 2020? Accident? What accident? Juniper sounded confused. I don't know what you're talking about. The victim's last name was Faulkner. Silence. Remember now? Who? Who is this? How do you know? What do you want? Juniper's voice rose in panic. Money? How much do you want? Alistair hung up. I felt numb. It hadn't been an accident. Juniper had ruined my life and killed my mother. I jumped up. Call the police. We have to arrest them. Sean, yes. But Juniper? Do you think he'll implicate her? I froze. Sean would never betray Juniper. Even if he did, her father would protect her. He got away with the Dingqing Bridge collapse, remember? Alistair sighed. Money talks. I knew about the bridge. Juniper's father was powerful. So what do we do? My mother's death, those 403 days in hell. I broke down. Do you know what I went through? I was tortured, like that dog. No. I want revenge. I want them to suffer like I suffered. Juniper Wren, female, 27, 5 feet 4 inches, 110 pounds, oval face, almond-shaped eyes, brown curly hair, 8 months pregnant. Missing since December 8, 2021. Last seen wearing a beige cashmere coat and black flat shoes. Please contact Julian Nova with any information. Reward offered. The missing person report played every night at 8 p.m. Juniper had vanished after her prenatal checkup. She'd arranged to meet Julian at the hospital entrance, but never showed. Another broken date for Julian. Poor guy. A news report flashed across the top of the screen. Sean Warden, a taxi driver, was suspected of kidnapping Juniper Wren. Police had found blood in his apartment, fearing she'd been murdered. Alistair and I watched in silence. I'm tired, I said, yawning. Go to bed. I'll watch the baby. He's asleep. I held out my hand. Tonight. I want to be taken care of. Alistair stared at me, then took my hand. We walked into the bedroom. I felt nothing but numbness. It was torture. When he touched me, I saw the clown mask, felt the phantom pain of his touch. I gritted my teeth, fighting the terror, but the cold sweat betrayed me. Don't be afraid, Alistair whispered. I'll be gentle. I know, I murmured, kissing him back. You're the only one who's ever been kind to me. Juniper wasn't dead. She was imprisoned. Just like me. A dark room. A barred window boarded shut. A bed. A television. My nightmare replayed. I'd intercepted Juniper after her appointment, offering her drugged milk tea. I'd driven her to the house, drawing her blood while she was unconscious. That blood was planted in Sean's apartment. Winter, what are you doing? Juniper woke up, terrified. Where am I? Guess. I smiled. I don't know. Keep acting. You should be in Hollywood. I grabbed her hair. You destroyed my life. You had Sean kidnap me so you could have Julian. And you killed my mother. What? Kidnapped you? Killed your mother? That's impossible. Juniper shrieked. Winter, there's been a terrible mistake. Still lying? I'm not that naive anymore. I shoved her away. You want to know what I'm doing? An eye for an eye. Get ready for 403 days of hell. I opened the door. Come in. She's all yours. Alistair appeared, hesitant. Winter, are you sure about this? You said you loved me. You said you'd spend your life proving it. I met his gaze. A lifetime is too long. Prove it now. If you love me, do this. He looked from me to Juniper. No, I can't. I saw your sister's butterfly clip, I said coldly. Under the bed. In that house. Do it or don't. It's your choice. Alistair's lips tightened. He turned and walked toward Juniper. No, please. I'm 9 months pregnant. Juniper sobbed. Alistair ignored her pleas. He knelt down, gripping her ankles. I watched, emotionless. Juniper became me. She deserved it. Alistair smoked on the balcony. I hugged him from behind. Still mad at me? No. I'm mad at myself. For loving you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have involved you. I pressed my face against his back. You can leave if you want. Can I? He turned, kissing me fiercely. It's too late. We'll go to hell together. The taste of smoke and blood filled my mouth. He was mine. I'd turned an angel of mercy into a monster. Into Sean Warden. The baby cried. Alistair picked him up, and the crying stopped, replaced by a sunny smile. He likes you, I said, a twinge of jealousy in my voice. He knows who cares for him. Alistair kissed the baby's cheek. Let's keep him. I'm getting attached. He's not your son. Why would you care? Even a stray dog earns your affection after a while. Winter, I've never asked you for anything. I looked at Alistair, then at the baby. I sighed. Fine. Really? You'll keep him? Alistair beamed. Thank your mommy, baby. I'm not his mommy. Yes, you are. You care about him more than you admit. Your revenge is complete, Winter. Let the past go. I bit my lip, silent. Let's give him a name, Alistair said. How about Alistair Jr.? Why your name? You're not his father. I will be when you marry me. He took my hand, his gaze full of love. Winter, marry me. You don't even have a ring. I do. He pulled out a small box, revealing a dazzling diamond. I've been waiting for the right moment. It was beautiful. Too beautiful. Let me think about it, I said, pulling away. This happiness, it scared me. Too much happiness invited misfortune. Just like last time. I took Juniper her meals each day, sliding the plate through a hole in the door. She'd begged at first, then grown silent, accepting her fate. Winter, she called out one day. Come in. I want to show you something. Trying to trick me? I invented that trick. I kicked the door. Tally marks. On the floorboards, she yelled. 80.5. 403 marks. What? Don't you want to see? What are you afraid of? A 9 months pregnant woman? You'll regret it if you don't. I hesitated, then opened the door. She was right. Faint tally marks covered the floorboards. I didn't need to look closely. I knew those marks. 403 days, each one a testament to my suffering. Then I saw it. A nail missing from the corner of the floorboard. My world imploded. This was my bed. How? Alistair had rented this house, furnished it to my specifications, but the bed? The marks? The missing nail? A chilling realization washed over me. Alistair, I need to see you. Now? I'm at work. 30 minutes. Bring the ring. Meet me at the abandoned warehouse. I hung up. He arrived, breathless. So you'll marry me? The ring? Right here. He took out the box. Should I kneel? For dramatic effect. I ignored him, examining the ring. Alistair, when did you fall in love with me? I don't know. It just happened. I would follow you to hell. So you kidnapped me the day before my wedding? His face paled. What? The man in the clown mask. The man who tortured me for 403 days. The man who ruined my life, I said, my voice low and steady, was you, Alistair. Winter, you're joking. Is this a joke, too? I opened the door to the next room. The bed was moved aside, revealing a hole in the wall, a small footbone nestled inside. Fine. I confess, Alistair said, a chilling smile spreading across his face. I'm the monster you described. Juniper and Sean were innocent, pawns in his game. He'd staged the fight to explain his scar. He'd fabricated the PI report and Sean's scar. He'd drugged Juniper and Julian, orchestrating their affair. He told me everything. I listened, numb with horror. My mother, I finally whispered. I did it, he shrugged. I hit her with my car, then put her body under Juniper's wheels. That idiot thought she was responsible. That's why she panicked when I called. The man who had been my light, my comfort, had built a beautiful facade to hide his monstrous heart. I'd been a puppet, dancing to his tune, losing myself in his carefully crafted illusion. I had become a monster too. Why? My voice trembled. Why go to all this trouble? Alistair smiled. Because I love you. You love me? Since middle school. But you never saw me. You mocked me, like everyone else. Middle school? You don't remember me, do you? I was nothing. Dirt beneath your shoes. Because my father, he cremated bodies. The cremator, I remembered. A boy ostracized for his father's profession. 15 years ago, my name was Stone Lee. I lived in this house with my father. He smiled sadly. This was my home. I stared at him, unable to reconcile this man with the shadowy figure in my memory. You came back for revenge. Because we mocked you. But my mother, why her? Let me tell you a story, he said, lighting a cigarette. A boy bought a strawberry cake for the prettiest girl in class. She slapped it out of his hands. The cake splattered across his face, turning him into a clown. The other children laughed. The teacher called his father to the school, humiliating them both. That night, his father came home drunk and beat him. The boy hated his father. If his father wasn't a cremator, his father stumbled into the bathroom, vomiting. The toilet overflowed. The boy watched him, a thought flashing through his mind. If he were dead, no one would laugh at me anymore. He walked over, grabbed his father's head, and pushed it into the filthy toilet. Alistair's face twitched, a terrifying smile twisting his lips. He was too drunk to fight back. His father died. No one suspected a thing. Who would think a 13-year-old boy could kill his own father? He looked at me, his eyes cold. Now you know why. My father died because of you. We're even now. He was a monster. The bones in the wall. I whispered, who are they? You've seen her picture. May. May? Your sister. I was horrified. You killed her? Why? My uncle adopted me after my father died. I changed my name to Alistair Bell. As his son, I never had to endure humiliation again. But his daughter, May, resented me. She thought I was stealing her parents' love. She called me the nuisance. Just like you and your classmates, she reminded me of my insignificance. I couldn't take it anymore. He spoke calmly, as if recounting someone else's story. I hugged myself, shivering. You knew I was lying about the butterfly clip. Of course. I played along. Alistair, you're terrifying. He blew a smoke ring, a silent laugh escaping his lips. I know. Better to be feared than mocked. I have no regrets. One last question. The boy whose hand? I didn't kill him, Alistair said, shaking his head. He's alive and well. The hand was a prop. I was surprised. It seemed out of character. Really? You didn't kill him? I wanted to, but I couldn't. His father collected scrap metal. We were both outcasts, ridiculed and scorned. He reminded me of myself. I let him go. And to eliminate any loose ends, I arranged a small fire. His family moved away after that. You're meticulous, I said. He grinned. Thank you. The baby started crying. The sound pierced through me, a sharp blade scraping against my skull. I looked at him, sighing. His fate was sealed. The devil's son. Alistair, both a victim and a perpetrator of tragedy. And so was I. We become the very things we hate. Alistair, you never loved me, I said. You only hated me. He smiled, flicking his cigarette, but watching the ember fade in the twilight. He took my hand. Winter, I love you. Like Sean loved Juniper. It never changed. But I couldn't tell you. You were the sun, and I was a rat in the gutter. Even with a new name, I still stank of the gutter. But now, I can say it. Your hands are stained with blood, just like mine. We're the same. No one's soul is cleaner than the other. Like wolves, drawn to the same scent. We're perfect for each other. I laughed, tears streaming down my face. Are you happy, Alistair? Of course. He slid the ring onto my finger. My greatest wish was for us to be a family. And now it's come true. No, I slipped the ring off, placing it back in his hand. You're wrong. I won't be with you. That's the difference between us. I won't keep making the same mistakes. I'm going to the police. Winter, let me go. Or kill me. Like you killed your sister. Bury me in the wall. Alistair stared, his lips twitching. Juniper, huddled in the corner, looked terrified. I helped her up. Juniper, let's go. We stumbled out of the house, the baby's cries echoing behind us. I paused, then kept walking. Fire! Fire! Someone shouted. I turned. The house was engulfed in flames. Alistair,